What are the best zone wars maps in Fortnite? Today we're going to tell you every single one depending on your taste. This is a bit different from the previous videos of this where I just covered one map, and you're going to want to stay right to the end so you don't miss any of them. With that being said, let's get right into it. Like the video for the algorithm. First of all, a super popular zone wars map. If you're interested in playing a map where you can't die and you're fighting constantly, there's no breaks between rounds, then Forever Zone Wars is probably the one for you. It is actually ranked now, and the code is going to be on screen every time I mention a new map. You spawn in with random loot in the sky, you drop down, you fight, and if you get 10 kills in a row without dying, you earn a nuke, which is a savable achievement and add up over time. It's also a ranked mode, so you can try and get to Unreal in this. And the constant fighting makes it really good for warm-ups, and also a great way to learn the new meta because it's pretty much in an endgame format. Jiven and Jerian are the goats for making this map, and let's move on to the next one. If you're interested in just placement practice or just stacked endgame practice without the gloves, then 32 player Zone Wars is currently without the gloves, and it's the one for you. The pros of this map include mod benches for every single player, random loot so you don't know what you're getting, and also it's pretty stacked. It gets you understanding layers better and also gets you on the right track in endgame. The cons include the zone going the same way every single time, and also a high proportion of the players, if the fists get added back into this map, will be spawning with fists. So the fists do get eventually added back to this map, which I'm pretty sure they will. A lot of people will be having fists. This could be framed as a positive as well because it allows you to learn the meta better though. If you're strictly a zero build player, then Go-Goated zero build Zone Wars might be for you. There is similar to normal Go-Goated, except there is a lot of mountains, rocks and valleys around the middle of the map that you can go around and shoot people with. Super interested for zero build players. I don't really play it before, but that is a zero build map for you guys to try out. If you like Zone Wars maps that are really open and fun to play in, then you might want to try Go-Goated. It's one of the most popular maps of all time. The code's up on the screen right now. You can pick your loadout, there's slurps, there's pretty much every good gun that's ever been in the game, and I believe they're also adding fists. It is a 4v4v4 map, and in private lobbies it can get very intense, but in public lobbies the players are pretty bad, so if you're looking for a Zone Wars map that's not too challenging, then this one might be the one for you. I've loved Go-Goated and I've played it for years, so this one has a special place in my heart. If you're that OG player and you want to experience the Desert Zone Wars once again, the OG Desert Zone Wars map that was one of the most popular maps in Fortnite, then that is actually a thing. Desert Zone Wars is an actual map in Fortnite, and I used to love this back in the day. So I'm super excited it's now been added back with the new weapons, and it is exactly the same. If you wanted that little burst of nostalgia, then this might be the perfect map for you, and it might be a little bit too early to say this, but you're going to really enjoy it. If we take a map like Go-Goated and put buildings in it, what would you get? You would get fights that are a little bit more close range fights, you would get zones that are a little bit more stacked, and you would get a super fun time. And what map would you get? You'd get Tilted Zone Wars. Tilted Zone Wars now with all the new weapons is back in Fortnite, and it is a beautiful map, I have to say that. It is a proper OG map as well, similar to the Desert Zone Wars. It was added not soon after, and still remains one of the most popular maps in Fortnite history. Just having the ability to spawn in with any loot from any season is super fun, and the tilted buildings are really enjoyable to fight at. They're pretty open, and also the players in Tilted Zone Wars aren't really that great, so you can drop high kill wins all the time if you're a solid player. This is a map I definitely recommend if you want to get your confidence up, if you want to warm up, all of that stuff. Right, if you're a competitive player, then this final map I think is going to be perfect for you. It's better in a private lobby, I think, because if you go in a public lobby, you're liable to get a real mix of players. They might be the greatest, and also mixed teams. You might have a 4v2v1, which isn't very fair in a lot of scenarios. Likewise, if you're the greatest player in the world and you're on the 4 team, it's going to be a really boring match. But this map does have zero delay in my opinion. It is Zone Wars 1v1 to 4v4. Zone Wars is one of the best modes to improve your mechs, as it's complete build fighting plus endgame. It is the full package in terms of fighting. If you want to go for height more this season, then this map is going to be perfect for you. Every time you're fighting for height, it is an exact scenario of literally what you're doing every single round in this map. And the best part is the teams can be exactly what you make them. If you want to do a 1v1 with your friends, you can do that. If you want to do a 2v2 with your friends, you can do that as well. You start off in like a diamond shaped pattern, and you can select whether you go high ground, low ground, mid right or mid left. You can then side jump out of the box and fight while the zone is moving towards in the same lossful pattern as the 32 player Zone Wars map. This is definitely one of the most intense maps in Fortnite, and I really struggle with Zone Wars as a new keyboard player, so I'm going to start grinding this map at some point in the future. If you want to improve in Fortnite, then any one of these maps might be great for you. If you're looking to improve your endgame playstyle working on layers, then 32 player Zone Wars is your bet. If you're looking to work on fighting in general and going for high ground and endgames, then Zone Wars 1v1 to 4v4 is the best. If you're looking to just have a splice of OG Fortnite, then Desert Zone Wars is your best bet. However, if you're looking to warm up or you're looking to work on chaotic endgames not dying, then Ranked Forever Zone Wars is your bet. If you want to practice your zero builds, go to zero builds if you're bet. If you want to have fun against weaker players, but ultimately maybe learn a new input or improve like that, maybe Go-Goated or Tilted Zone Wars is going to be your map to go for. My point is there is a map for everybody, and there's always going to be a Zone Wars map you can use to improve at the game. How do you think pros got to where they were today? They are so good because of these maps. They work hard, they will play them every day. Tokens are majority in Zone Wars maps. So when pro players bet money against each other for playing the game, which actually isn't allowed in Epic's rulebook anymore, but when they did that, it was mainly in the Zone Wars maps, surprisingly. And even today, thousands of mini wagers go on between players in Zone Wars maps, such as Zone Wars 1v1 to 4v4. Whether that be 1v1s between 2 pro players or 4v4s between 2 sets of pro players. Zone Wars is always such a social environment, and also your improvement will skyrocket. On God, it is so good for improvement. Back in Chapter 2, Dave became the best fighter because of all these maps. Players that are the best in Zone Wars are normally the best in actual games as well. Honestly, Zone Wars is one of the most popular genre of Fortnite maps, and I can see why. The maps are super fun, they're super enjoyable, and lots of them are super unique. New unique Zone Wars maps are coming out every single day, and I'd appreciate it if you liked the video for the algorithm. Also, share this to a friend so they know all the best Fortnite Zone Wars maps in 2024, Chapter 5, Season 3. I appreciate every single one of you, and make sure you watch this video on the screen, because it's going to be a banger and it's going to help you out an absolute ton. Thank you for watching. Yeah, click on it and I'll see you in a bit.